Hare Krishna, Mataji, Sant Prabhuji's pranams. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam Mataji.
Pranam Mataji. Everyone are following, I think, reading through the Chaitanya Charitamratam, reciting the slokas.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
It's very nice to hear, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Pranams, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare
Krishna everyone. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranams, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Dhanaveshwari Mataji, you're still not well.
Yes, Mataji, my tone is not not clear actually.
You're still like sound like cold.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, let's
Hare
start.
Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayaudirayet Nashtaprayashu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll read till verse 37 and you all will read verse 37. Basically, the verses which don't have any purport, I'll read the shloka translation. Okay. Reading from 5th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, 28th chapter, verse 34. Tatha parastal loka aloka nama achalo loka aloka yor antarale parita upakshiptaha. Translation by Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thereafter, beyond the ocean of sweet water and fully surrounding it is a mountain named Loka Aloka, which divides the countries that are full of sunlight from those not lit by the sun. Verse 35. Yavan manasotara mervur antaram tavati bhumi kanchani anya adarsha talopama yasyam prahitaha padartho na कथंचित पुनः प्रत्योपलभ्यते तस्मात् सर्वसत्त्वा परिहितस्थित. Translation by His Divine Grace Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Beyond the ocean of sweet water is a tract of land as broad as the area between the middle of Mount Sumeru and the boundary of Manasotara mountain. In that tract of land there are many living beings. Beyond it, extending to Loka Aloka mountain, is another land which is made of gold. Because of its golden surface, it reflects light like the surface of a mirror. Any physical article that falls on that land can never be perceived again. All living entities, therefore, have abandoned that golden land. Verse 36. Loka aloka iti samakhya yad anena achalena loka alokasya shyantarvar hinavasthapayate. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. Between the land inhabited by living entities and those that are uninhabited stands the great mountain which separates the two and which is therefore celebrated as Loka Aloka. Verse 37. Okay, Mataji, go ahead. Venkat Narasimha Prabhu, Hare Krishna, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
You're muted. Unmute yourself, please, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Salokatrayante parita isvarena vihito yasmat surya adinam dhruvapavarganam jyotirgananam gabhastayorvachinam trilokan avitanvana na katachit parachena bhavitum utsahante तावत् उन्नहनायामः। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Thank you. Chitramoyini Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय सालोकत्रयान्ते परितः ईश्वरेणो वीतो यस्मात् सूर्यादीनां ध्रुवापवर्गानां ज्योतिर्गणानां गभस्तयो अवार्चितीनां स्त्रीं लो लोकनावितान्वान् न कदाचित् पराचीन भवितुम् उत्सहन्ते तावद् उन्नहनायामः। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू माताजी।
Thank you, Krishna. Revti Ratnangi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय सलोके त्रयान्ते परित ईश्वरेण विहितो यत्मास्य सूर्यदीनां दूर्वापवर्गणां ज्योतिगणनां कवस्त्रयो अवर्चीनां श्रीलोकनावित नावित नावनना कदाचित् परिचेन भावितमुत्सहन्ते तावदूत्रहनायामः। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू मच।
Thank you. Usha Devati Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय सलोकत्रय अन्ते परितः ईश्वरेण विहित यस्मात् सूर्य आदीनं ध्रुव अपवर्गाणां ज्योतिगणानां गभस्तयः अवर्चिनन् त्रिलोकान् अवितानावनः न कदाचित् पराचिन भवितुम् उत्सहन्ते तावत् पुंहान आयमयः। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you. Madhumati Vilasni Mataji. Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। दंडवत प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय सालोकत्रयान्ते परित ईश्वरेण विहितः यस्मात् सूर्यादीनां ध्रुव अपवर्गाणां ज्योतिर्गणानां गभस्तया अवार्चीनां स्त्रीलोकानां अवितन्वानां न कदाचित् पराचीना भवितुम् उत्सहन्ते तावत् उन्नहनायामः। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Vijay Kumari Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। प्रणव माताजी। ओम
Pranam.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय सलोकत्रयान्ते परित ईश्वरणे विहितो यस्मात् सूर्यादीनं ध्रुववर्णकानां ज्योतिर्गणानां कवस्तयो अवर्षीणां स्त्रीलोकान् अविन्दवाना न कदाचित् परासीना भवितुम् उत्सहन्ते दावत् उन्नहनायाम। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू माताजी।
Madhumai Krishna Kant Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय सालोकत्रयान्ते परित ईश्वरेण विहितो यस्मात् सूर्यादीनां ध्रुवा अपवर्गाणां ज्योतिर्गणानां गभस्तयो आर्वाचीनां त्रीन् लोकान् आवितान् वाना न कदाचित् पराचीना भवितुम् उत्सहन्ते तावद् उन्नहान् आयामः। थैंक यू माताजी।
Krishna. Anjali Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। दंडवत प्रणाम। सलोकत्रया अन्ते परितः ईश्वरेण विहितः यस्मात् सूर्य आदीनां ध्रुव अपवर्गाणां ज्योतिर्गणानां गभस्तयः अर्वाचीनान् त्रिलोकानाम् अविन्तनवानाः न कदाचित् पराचिना भवितुम् उत्साहन्ते तावत् उन्नाहन अयमाह। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank you. loka trayante parita ishwarena vihito yasmat surya adinam dhruvapa varganam jyotirgananam kabhastayo arvachinam stril lokan avitan vana na kadachit parachina bhavitum utsahante tavad unahaya ayamayah. Saha, that mountain, Lokatraye Ante, at the end of the three lokas, Bhurlok, and Swarlok. Parita, all around, Ishwarena, by the Supreme Personality of God Krishna, Vihita, created, Yasmat, from which Surya Adinam, of the sun planet, Dhruva Apavarganam, up to Dhruvlok and other inferior luminaries, Jyoti Gananam, of all the luminaries, Gabastaya, the rays, Arva Chinan, on this side, the three Lokan planetary systems, Avitanvanaha, spreading throughout, Na not, Kadachit at any time, Parachinaha, beyond the jurisdiction of that mountain, Bhavitum, to be, Utsahante, are able, Tavat, that much, Unahan Ayamaha, the measure of the height of the mountain. Translation by His Divine Grace Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. By the supreme will of Krishna, the mountain known as Loka Aloka has been installed as the outer border of the three worlds. Bhurlok, Bhuvarlok, and Swarlok, to control the rays of the sun throughout the universe. All the luminaries from the sun up to Dhruvlok distribute their rays throughout the three worlds, but only within the boundary formed by this mountain. Because it is extremely high, extending even higher than Dhruvalok, it blocks the rays of the luminaries, which therefore can never extend beyond it. Purport by His Divine Grace Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. When we speak of Lokatraya, we refer to three primary planetary systems, Bhu, Bhuvaha, and Swaha, into which the universe is divided. Surrounding these planetary systems are 8 directions, namely east, west, north, south, northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest. Loka mountain has been established as the outer boundary of all the lokas to distribute the rays of the sun and other luminaries equally throughout the universe. This vivid description of how the rays of the sun are distributed throughout the different planetary systems of the universe is very scientific. Sukdev Goswami described these universal affairs to Maharaj Parikshit as he had heard about them from his predecessors. He explained these facts 5,000 years ago, but the knowledge existed long before because Sukdev Goswami received it through disciplic succession. Because this knowledge is accepted through the disciplic succession, it is perfect. The history of modern scientific knowledge, on the contrary, does not go back more than a few hundred years. Therefore, even if modern scientists do not accept the other factual presentations of Srimad Bhagavatam, how can they deny the perfect astronomical calculations that existed long before they could imagine such things? There is so much information to gather from Srimad Bhagavatam. Modern scientists, however, have no information of other planetary systems, and indeed are hardly conversant with the planet on which we are now living. Umagyantiminandasya Gyananjan Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shikruvilvaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahiyam Tadati Sapadantikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinbandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantha Radha Kantha Namastete Saptakanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priyai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktivinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Vicharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarne. I'll read the translations one more time so we have a continuation. Therefore, beyond the ocean of sweet water and fully surrounding it is a mountain named Loka Aloka, which divides the countries that are full of sunlight from those not lit by the sun. Beyond the ocean of sweet water is a tract of land as broad as area between the middle of Mount Sumeru and the boundary of Manasotra mountain. In that tract of land, there are many living beings. Beyond it, extending to Loka mountain, is another land which is made of gold. Because of its golden surface, it reflects light like the surface of a mirror. If any physical article that falls on that land can never be perceived again. All living entities, therefore, have abandoned that golden land. Between the lands inhabited by living entities and those that are uninhabited stands the great mountain, which separates the two and which is therefore celebrated as Loka. By the supreme will of Krishna, the mountain known as Loka has been installed as the outer boundary of the three worlds, Bhurlok, Bhuvarlok, and Swarlok, to control the rays of the sun throughout the universe. All the luminaries from the sun up to Dhrulok distribute their rays throughout the three worlds, but only within the boundary formed by this mountain. Because it is extremely high, extending even higher than Dhruvalok, it blocks the rays of the luminaries, which therefore can never extend beyond it. Okay, we are reading from 5th canto, which is Creative Impetus, chapter 20, which is called as, do you still remember? Studying the
structure of the universe.
Studying the structure of the
Structure of the
universe.
universe.
We are basically studying the structure of the universe, and it says Bhuvarlok is divided into 7 dvipas, starting from Jambu Dvip, which was our last chapter, and then as we go out from inside out, then there are all these dvipas, and each dvip is surrounded by ocean of something it has. Okay, we'll come down to this. Let's go back to this diagram. There was, okay, so Jambu Dvip, and then it's surrounded by ocean, salt ocean, and then surrounded is this Plaksha Dvip, which is surrounded by sugarcane ocean, then Salmali Dvip, which is surrounded by liquor ocean, then Kusha Dvip, which is surrounded by ghee ocean, then Karuncha Dvip, which is surrounded by milk ocean, then Shaka Dvip, which is surrounded by yogurt ocean, and then Pushkar Dvip, which is surrounded by the ocean of the sweet water. Now we are talking about, we studied up to then, and then each of the respective dvip is subdivided into the grandsons of Maharaj Priyavrat. And then each of the particular dvip has is worshipping Krishna in a particular feature. Like yesterday we studied Pushkar Dvip, he is worshipped as Brahma. Okay, now this is a basic, this is in the this is a basic Bhuvarlok description. Now what we're saying is that beyond Bhuvarlok, understand, so this is the boundary. Okay, the beyond Bhuvarlok is a Loka mountain. And Loka mountain, you can see this, can you see where this computer arrow is? Can you see it or no?
Yes,
This
Mataji.
We can
very
see.
nice diagram in the, okay, so very nice diagram in the that book, Bhagavad Subodhini. So so beyond now, Loka, just after the ocean sweet water is a place which is of the diameter of Mount Sumeru to Mount Manasotra, which is in the middle of the Pushkara island, the last island, where the living entities are living. And then beyond that is a place where there is golden, which is golden in color, so much so that the light which reflects there makes it shine even more, and any particle that falls on that surface is never found again. So nobody lives there. And then beyond that, the boundary is Loka mountain. Now, beyond Loka mountain is a Aloka Varsha, where no living entity lives. Okay, which marks the an Aloka Varsha, and then which ends the sphere of the material universe, and then starts the open space. Okay, the open space. So basically, all the planets of all the demigods, everything is within this domain, which we will study. I wish I can show you that diagram. Prem Prakash Adas Prabhu, do you have Bhagavad Subodhini in like a Kindle or a PDF form. I have a book of 5th canto. I don't have the...
What do you want to show them? I have few slides.
Sure. Okay. So the diagram of how the Manasotra mountain, which is situated in the middle of the last dweep, which is called as what? Pushkara Dweep, and how it is divided into north, west, south, and east, and how all the planets of the sun, Indra, all the demigods, Yamaraj, and Varun Dev are over there, and how the sun is actually orbiting around. You have a slide? You can share your screen. Is it possible for you?
No, Mataji, I don't have that. I'm sorry. I don't have
Whatever slide you have, you probably have more than I have anyway. Okay, so please, whenever you're ready, let me know. But I had pulled out something here. So again, look here if you can. So this is Jambu Dweep, and then we go outside, and then yesterday we studied the Pushkara Dweep. Okay, you can look at this arrow, Pushkara Dweep. Okay, at least tell me yes or no. Pushkara Dweep, which is surrounded by sweet drinking water. And beyond the ocean of sweet drinking water is the Golden Land. And beyond the boundary of the Golden Land is the Loka mountain. And beyond Loka mountain is the Aloka Varsha, which is where nobody is living. And beyond that is the boundary of the material universe. And then there it ends. So in the Pushkara Dweep, in the middle of the Pushkara Dweep, right in the middle, there is a mountain called Manasotra mountain. And Manasotra mountain has northern, it's divided into four directions: north, south, west, and east. 1 second. Okay, give me a second. Let me see if I can show you just like that. I thought I'll take a picture and scan it, but it wouldn't be so good. Prabhu, whenever you're ready, I'm still relying on you. Yeah. Okay. Can you see this? Can you see it? It's not even white. Okay. So this Manasotra mountain and on the different directions of Manasotra mountain are the abodes of different demigods. Okay, for example, in this place is the abode of sun god. This is the abode of moon god. This is the abode of Indra. And then there is the abode of Varuna, which is not visible here because you can't see the bottom. At the bottom, it will be residence of the Varuna, abode of Varun. All right, so everything is over here. And this mountain, Loka mountain, is actually is higher than Dhruva Lok. Why? Because the light from the luminaries, which includes sun and Dhruva Lok, is not allowed to go outside Loka. It has to stay contained within all these dvipas. So basically, the sun that we pray to every day is illuminating all these places. That same sun. The moon that is illuminating all these places. They're so powerful. Okay, so Prabhupada is explaining that this is the perfect explanation. The modern scientists or astronomical calculations are not perfect because they don't even understand one planet, and this here we are extending beyond the domains. They want to go to moon planet, all right, but then they don't see all these layers. So I was thinking one thing, that Sukhdev Goswami is reciting all this to who? Who is Sukhdev Goswami reciting all this to, or telling all this to?
Parikshit.
Parikshit, and what is going to happen to Parikshit Maharaj? What is going to happen?
He's going to end his life in a week.
Within a week.
Yeah, he's going to be bitten by the snake bird and he's going to leave his body. So I was thinking, when somebody is going to leave their body, How interested are you going to be to understand the structure of the universe? Which is what planet is where, what is happening? How much of an interest will it be? How much? He says, okay, I'm actually going to die next moment. So, okay, let me understand the structure of the universe. Be honest. I will not be if with me. Huh?
0%, Mataji.
0%. Okay. Okay. What about someone else?
If you fail, then you're going to come back. So you know where you're going to come back again. It's very similar to what our situation is right now. We are doing Krishna Bhakti. The way it is going, we're sure we're not going to finish in this birth. It's very difficult. So better know your world as well, because you're going to come back again.
Hare Krishna.
I'll come back to that. Thank you. Yes, Mataji. Somebody else wanted to say something. Somebody else wanted to say, I don't know. Veena Mataji, was it you? So
No,
how?
Mataji.
Okay. So you see, Sukdev Goswami is taking time to explain all this to Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj, Rohini Mataji. Acha, go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. It is just my thinking. I think Parikshit Maharaj, he was a devotee and even pure devotee of that kind. So there were almost 100% chances he would go back to Godhead. And that's why he was explaining this, because when the soul goes back, probably he will know that he's going through all these places and then going to the spiritual planets. And that is my thinking. I'm not sure if it is correct or not.
Hey,
So
thank
if there
you.
is any entrance examination, Parikshit Maharaj would pass that in heaven.
So basically, it's like he's gonna be okay. What all towns and cities you're gonna pass when you're gonna go from point A to point B? Okay, so I have a speculation. This is a speculation. Okay, I was thinking that so Sukdev Goswami is acting as a guru of Parikshit Maharaj, right? He's a spiritual master. He's instructing. Parikshit Maharaj is asking questions. He has completely surrendered, and then Sukdev Goswami is very genuinely answering, and none of them are eating or getting up from their positions for all 7 days or even drinking water. None of them, neither the disciple nor the spiritual master. So the spiritual master is taking time, and it's fifth canto is filled with these descriptions, right? But he's gonna die. So I'm thinking, why? So it's a speculation, okay? Don't ask me. It's my speculation, Shastric speculation, which I don't think I'm that advanced, but it's like a spiritual master understands the heart of a disciple. So one is to not leave any domain for glory, where we cannot glorify Krishna. Okay, so we start from where we are. So of course it is like this is like opulence of Krishna. This is like, so we can glorify that. Okay, I am getting ready to go to such a supreme personality of Godhead who has made one universe, the structure of one universe, and there are innumerable universe like mustard seed in a like can you count the number of mustard seeds in a bag full of mustard seeds? So that many universe, and each universe is this kind of a structure, and each and every universe has uncountable living entities. So Krishna is like so powerful. So one is like, okay, it increases the attachment to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the other is, in case there is some sort of pride remaining, in the heart, that, okay, maybe I am something. I'm something in this material world. I have some standing. Which is in this material world. I am something. So that completely has to go, right? And when it comes from the mouth of a spiritual master, it has a effect of completely eradicating that. you know, even say, I am nothing of this material world, nothing. So in case there was a little tinge remaining in his heart before he leaves his body, okay, I belong to Pandava family. I was born to Uttara, who had run to Krishna when she was attacked by Ashwathama. And my father was Abhimanyu. My grandfather is Arjun. I am such a good lineage. No, nothing. Nothing. So we cannot like carry on like that. Yeah, it's not that okay, I am a very big devotee, I chant so many rounds, I read so many things, I do this service, I do that. Nothing. So if there's a little bit of a pride which is remaining, then it is completely washed out. And the other thing is that Krishna explains, he gives the instruction in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, that he enters into each and every universe and maintains that in its orbit, right? He says that in each and every planet, sorry, he says he enters into each and every planet and maintains it in its orbit in 15th chapter. So says is actually we can see that there are so many planets and so many complexities, but Krishna is yet taking so much effort to actually come and save each one of us. So it increases the surrender, not only from the opulence perspective, but from the love and compassion and care that Krishna has. And of course, rubbing off any last minute desire or any last minute element of pride arising from false ego. So it is a very big lesson that okay, now whenever we look at the sun and we look at the moon, this can come into vision that oh my God, the sun is actually is somewhere in the middle of Manasotra mountain, which is actually in the Pushkara Dweep, which is so far away and is actually illuminating the whole of the entire creation. अभी तो और भी पढ़ेंगे. We'll study more after this movement of the sun, how sun is actually rotating, and how we are actually praying and there's glorification of the planet. So, oh my God, Krishna is so powerful. So when Krishna says, Prabhu Ashmi Shashi Surya, so that is, I'm the light of sun and moon. That increases that attachment, we don't feel lonely anymore. That oh my, it's people are the number one disease of the world is that we are lonely. We feel lonely. This oh my God, how can I be lonely? See, I'm surrounded by light all the time, or I'm surrounded by air all the time. I'm surrounded by water all the time. My 2/3 of my body itself is a water. So how can I be lonely? You get this kind of an attachment. Okay, and of course, this is the perfection. So Prabhupada wanted Temple of Vedic Planetarium to be made to explain the structure of the universe, the entire world. So Temple of Vedic Planetarium, which is going to come up in Mayapur, I think the opening is in 2026, is going to be the one and only of its kind based on 5th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, these chapters that we are reading. So we can actually visualize and see that this is what Sukadeva Goswami is explaining, and this is what is being displayed here. Okay, I think I'll stop here. If anyone wants to add something or complain, questions, feel free to say.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I was waiting for you. Yes, Hare Krishna.